Colby Covington's career is over, his legacy is ruined, and he got dominated by Joaquin Buckley at UFC Tampa. Today, we're going to react to that main event. We're going to talk about what's next for Joaquin Buckley, what's next for Colby Covington, and we're going to react to the very last fight night of the year, the very last UFC fight of 2024. Stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, all that good YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. If you want access to some bonus content and you want to help support the channel even further, you can become a channel member down below in the description of this video, or you can hit the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. All right, guys, so Colby Covington got absolutely dominated last night in the main event of UFC Tampa. He had a few moments. He did get a takedown on Buckley in the second round. That did look pretty good. But overall, Colby did not look good. He looked slow. He looked rusty, very lazy takedown attempts. Joaquin Buckley looked way stronger than him. And that's what I said was going to happen. I said that Joaquin Buckley was going to be way too physical for Colby Covington. I thought he was going to get a finish with like a body shot or a KO. It ended up being a cut, but regardless, Joaquin Buckley dominated Colby Covington. All right, so let's take a closer look at the fight here. So at 4 minutes and 42 seconds, the fight was stopped due to a doctor's stoppage for a cut. Colby Covington had a pretty bad cut, honestly, not a terrible cut on his eyelid. I think it was actually from a headbutt. I think they clashed heads multiple times during the fight, and I personally think that's what led to the cut. I don't even think it was a strike from Joaquin Buckley, but we see here the strikes were almost even. That doesn't really tell the story of this fight. The takedowns, I thought Buckley was going to be able to take down Colby, but Colby got the only takedown of the fight. As you can see right here, 1 of 8. You know, Colby has that pressure wrestling, move forward, takedowns, all that. Colby had none of that for Joaquin Buckley. Colby shot bad takedowns, lazy takedowns. He was slower and less strong, weaker than Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley absolutely dominated the physicality, the wrestling, with the exception of one takedown for Colby. And I personally think that that was Joaquin Buckley starting to gas out a little bit. Even though Colby got dominated, Joaquin Buckley was starting to fade, and Colby could have taken over the fight late in the later rounds with Buckley getting much more tired. But I don't really think that there was a whole lot that Colby had for Buckley. He hit Colby hit Buckley with his best shots. Buckley was fine. Buckley only looked affected by fatigue, but overall, he performed amazing. Joaquin Buckley is that guy at 170. He deserves a top 5 guy. Jack Della Maddalena, Kamaru Usman, something like that. What I was referring to as the total strikes, not really telling the full story of the fight. For the total strikes here, you have 71 for Colby, 81 for Joaquin Buckley. But if you look at the significant strikes, 75 of his 81 for Joaquin Buckley were, in fact, significant strikes. Colby, it was about half. It was less than half, actually, or a little bit more than half. 37 of 71. And that's because Colby got a takedown and he just hit with those pitter-patter ground and pound that he does to maintain activity and position. But overall, I personally thought that Colby looked like shit. He looked like he had gotten rusty and old in the time that other people are active. That's kind of it. I like Colby. I wish that he won that fight. I hoped he was going to win that fight. Even though I picked Buckley, I wanted Colby to win, and it just looks like the divisions passed him up. These up-and-coming guys are going to be faster, stronger, more physical, more explosive. Let's take a look at the rankings. Is there anybody that Colby Covington beats right now? So here you have it right here with Bilal as the champ, and then the rankings below it. Joaquin Buckley just beat Colby, so he's going to move up to at least 6. He might even move above Sean Brady and into 5. And that really puts him in there for a JDM, an Usman, a Leon, Sean Brady, something like that. And personally, when we're talking about Colby, I'm looking at this top 15. Bilal, at this point, after seeing Colby's last performance, I think Bilal beats Colby. We already saw Leon beat Colby. I think Shavkat smokes Colby. Usman beat him twice. I think JDM boxes Colby up bad. Sean Brady would out-grapple and dominate him physically. Ian Gary would outstrike him. I think Colby could beat Gilbert Burns. He just lost to Joaquin Buckley. Jeff Neal's an iffy one. Wonder Boy's an iffy one. Maybe gets those. Michael Morales and Carlos Prates absolutely smoke him. He maybe beats Vicente Luque. and he maybe beats Michael Venom Page if he can get takedowns, and Michael Venom Page has a similar type of weak takedown defense than he had in the Ian Gary fight. Looking at these rankings, Colby has 4 guys I think he can beat, and they're all toss-ups. You know, Luque toss-up, MVP toss-up, Jeff Neal, Gilbert Burns, Wonder Boy. Like 5 guys. And I think they're all toss-ups. I think Colby might lose all those fights, actually. And that's what puts us in this weird position here. What do we do with Colby? What is next for Colby Covington? Personally, I think Colby's going to retire. He allegedly, they say, makes a lot of money in poker. They say that he's got this other stuff outside of fighting. I think Colby's done from here. I don't think he wants to climb the ladder again, coming off of 2 losses now. And I like Colby a lot. He's entertaining. The fans obviously care about Colby because they tune in when he fights. The face-off for Ian Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov got 4 million views on Dana's page. The one for Colby and Buckley got 16 million views on the on the Dana White Instagram page. So if I'm Colby, I retire. I think the division's passed you up. I think you retire or move down to 155 and try to get fights there. But people are cutting a lot of weight these days. People like Joaquin Buckley that used to be middleweights are at welterweight now. Colby cuts almost no weight, and so he's undersized for this weight class. The physicality difference, the strength difference, that all showed against Joaquin Buckley. So I think personally Colby's done fighting, and I think he should be. If he has money, no need to take this damage, dude. These guys are going to beat you up bad. And you're 37. You fought 4 times since you were 34 or 33, maybe even 32, something like that. A lot of time off. The prospects came. The sport moved on. The division moved on. And you're cooked, Colby. As much as I like you, man, you're cooked. I mean, I genuinely think you should stop fighting. So let me know your thoughts down below. Should Colby Covington continue to fight? And what's next for Joaquin Buckley? I think you give him Kamaru Usman. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member today by clicking the join button on our channel homepage or the link down below this video. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, in the link down below. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.